Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Always, and welcome back to Project Ozone 2. In the last episode, oh boy, we were working on, this system down here, which is, of course, getting auto-crafting tables for the various components that we're going to need. And yeah, some of these systems just don't want to work the way I want them to. We'll get to that soon enough. By the way, these are all filled with all of the different ingredients and everything we need. We still need a lot more berries, but that's something that we'll kind of deal with later. And in fact, we're going to be changing some stuff up today with this stuff. I've had issues, so I've been having a lot of issues. Oh man, the series has gotten to the point where things are gonna get ridiculous very quickly. First thing I should note is I had like 4 Bedrockium drums full of mob essence. Yeah, I'm out. I'm completely out now. That's a thing. We have very little Draconium relatively. That's not that much. On the bright side of that, we did we do this last episode? I don't actually remember when we did things and when we didn't, to be perfectly honest. But we have our Draconic core thing, and it's got 408 or 4,816, so that's not too bad. We need to look into getting better Draconium sources, so that's a thing. Real quick though, I think what I want to do, let's grab a lower tier. 3 times, 2 times. Let's go 13 times. Let's go 5 times. Let's make one of these guys. And a normal drawer would hold, what, 2,048? So 5 times is like 10,000 items, rather than, I believe one single emerald thing is like, I mean, I want to say it's like 25,000 items. We don't need that many Draconic cores. In fact, we have 160 stacks worth, which I wish I could do quick math. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's more than enough that we need. So I don't want to continuously like just drain the Draconium source. Because one of the things we're going to have to do relatively soon, and actually something once we get some automation set up, and that's what we're going to work on today. Today's episode might be split up some more. We'll talk about that in a minute. But one of the other items that we might want to actually make very soon is a creative dimension builder. Now these things are really, really awesome because I believe it's infinite power, and we can make all of this stuff, except for we need the 4 Chaos Catalysts. That's literally it. This is Draconium shards. We can get those, no problem. Infused diamonds, easy EMC. Infinity stars, we actually have a lot of those. Infinite infinity ingots, and demon steel, while expensive, we can handle. So there's nothing here that isn't that bad, and then dimension builder is easy enough as is. So, yeah, we can do that. We can easily do that. And that's going to be the second, that's going to be the next thing we make. But before we do that, we'll see, you know, we might actually do that today because we're going to make some Chaos Catalysts. Because we need 3 more dire auto crafting tables. 1 for the Ultimate Stew, 1 for the Infinity Catalyst, and 1 for the Chaos Catalyst. We already have 1 in the last millennium for our Eternal Singularities, which is not working, of course. In fact, let's go look there for a second. So I have been scouring and trying to figure out different ways for these things to work. By the way, it's probably going to be a little bit of lag here. I've got this machine running over here because this is another source of Draconium, but let's go ahead and turn that off for the time being. We won't have crops growing. I considered making more Nether Star stuff, but then I thought, what's the point? We don't really have a point because of these guys, which there's almost always one stuck in there. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't joking about being out of mob essence. That's all the mob essence we have stored. So I guess there's a little bit over here. So we have like 10,000 millibuckets. That's not much. But the good thing is we have so many singularities stored. In fact, apart from emeralds and diamonds, and then the infinity stars, these drawers are all full with 512 singularities each. Plus we have a bunch in here, plus some more eternal singularities because I went ahead and made some. This auto dire crafting table, we had issues. It deleted a lot of items, and I don't know exactly why. I have a feeling, that's useless by the way. I have a feeling it's because of the controller slaves more than anything else. So we're going to try some stuff today with things we care a little bit less about. And we're probably going to end up, this is absolutely ridiculous, but we're probably going to end up automating the various the dire auto-crafting tables in like 3 different ways. 2 technically completely different ways, and then 1 that's kind of a hybrid. Because the catalysts have, well, hybrid needs. So we'll get to that soon enough. We're gonna probably make an applied logistics system in here, just to have these guys kind of taken care of. So we'll see. I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna do that yet. And for the record, I've watched playthroughs of this mod pack more or less from 2 different sources. One is Hypnotized, which you might know. The other is Ethos Lab, which you might also know. They're both very popular. And they did different things when they got to this point. So the way we're going to try to automate the Ultimate Stew and the Cosmic Meatballs. So, wrong floor. This stuff is we're going to try once again to use the transfer nodes with rationing pipes. This was working when I filled it up and all that kind of stuff with cobblestone. And by the way, we don't need 2 stacks of items in here. We only need 1. But this was working just fine, but it was really weird because it was like flickering, and I don't know if it was using items or not. But this was like, it was, I can't really do it a good way, but like one item would pop in and then like disappear, and especially when there's 2 stacks, that kind of was weird. By the way, we have so much raw meat. We have way too much raw meat. In fact, that's turned off because we don't need it. We have excess meat in a bedrockium drum. We also have a ton of pink slime, which is kind of cool. That's really quite good. But yeah, we have a full drawer full of raw meat. We have so much raw meat. Don't need to worry about that. All right, I was going to do something about that, wasn't I? Didn't I write that down? No, not really. But I did everything else I was planning on doing. Yeah, I don't know if I want to fix this or not. The fix is to make the farm smaller, or we could put it somewhere else. But that causes... Actually, if we're going to use ender chest, that doesn't really cause any other issues. I'll think about that. But yeah, we need to get more berries. The mallow berries are coming in pretty hefty, but I think we get more than 1 of those. No, maybe not. But this fruit picker is just, or harvester is just so slow. So I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, so there is 2 different ways we can automate these dire crafting tables. And we're going to test one out here, and it's going to look really ugly. I know, I don't care. At this point, I don't really care, because it would require me to rework all of this. And I don't want to do that. I could. Oh, man. And basically, put the pipes. What I could do is I could put transfer nodes. Let's... for lack of a better way, let's just demonstrate it with some blocks, because I don't really feel like dealing with excess items right now. I could have the transfer nodes like that on the front face. I don't really want to do that. So what we'll do instead is, but the thing is because we're using an ender chest with all of this stuff, to give it the supplies. We could put the ender chest here. I'm thinking maybe we put the ender chest here, have it go up and down. 2 pipes. That would be perfectly acceptable. And then I just get, what, like 3 conduit facades with, granted, I'm going to need, like, let's see, there's 3, 6. The problem is we can't do that with this regardless. So that's fine. And these are exporting to red, but there is never going to be a red. And these guys don't even need that stuff. So we can just take that off. There will never be a red output for those. So I guess we'll just live with it. I still might. I think I'm still going to move this guy, though. Let's put him right here. And that is extract on red, always active. And then these 2 can be dealt with. So here is the idea. And we can kind of see it with just the first item, which, what is the first item? It's neutrons. Okay, I can easily put those back if this messes up. So we're going to put a rationing pipe right here. And then we're going to put a transfer pipe, or transfer node right here. And we should see in here, it's going to get some items. And it's going to be kind of slow. That I will live with. That's perfectly acceptable. And what we can do is, because I also consider doing this for, like, I wonder. Let's get one more rationing pipe. I want to see a couple of things. We have plenty of rationing pipes. Let's get a drawer. And I want to just see. So we're gonna put a drawer. Let's just get an empty chest. I guess this will work. I just want to do a real quick test. Because this is going to be pretty important later for other things. But what happens if we have an inventory? Can we rationing pipe that? If we want to put these next to each other, we can just put the rationing pipe in here. Can we ration that pipe for a chest, or one of these? So let's put the 42 so it has a little bit of a stack in there already. So the question is, will the rationing pipe recognize this inventory and only keep a stack? It would appear so. All right, cool. We can work with this. So what we're gonna do, we don't need the chest. We have that. That's fine. What we're gonna do, because this is planning for later, for the hybrid system. We'll get to that soon enough. We're gonna have. So the only other question is whether or not this can actually extract. And what we're gonna do, I think, is just this. We're gonna put cosmic meatballs in there. I don't have my drawer key. Let's go get a drawer key. Not for any reason other than I want to. There's probably one in here. Oh, it's in my golden bag. I knew that. There we go. I knew that. And the idea is going to be this. So this is already full of items. If we put that there and put a rationing pipe, that is going to stop putting in items. So let's kind of fill this up. And I'm getting a little bit of lag. Let's get this down to 63, and it filled up, and then it stops. And then we're just going to put the excess in there. And then this isn't happy, but it's only keeping a stack of the neutrons. So theoretically, all we have to do... Now, what are these items? Okay, pork chops, beef. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. And they're going to be super slow. But there's all the items. And that's all we have to do. And then we should see once this gets... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. There's the beef. It's crafting. And it should stop at 63. It can't craft anymore. And let's see if the, like, weirdness happens. So I'm going to watch some of these numbers. 48 and 43. 60. 46. There's a stack. There's a stack. So it's going to kind of fight for who goes first. But none of these will ever fill up with anything other than what's in there. We could make them go faster just by adding speed upgrades. And that kind of stuff. The fish is not too happy. The fish took a little bit of time, but there's no flickering, there's no nothing, and it's nice and clean. So we're going to do the same exact thing right here for this guy. Now, the problem is, one, we're going to actually double these guys up, I think. And we're just going to double them up, not anything more. 1, 2, 3. Because we can still open both of these. Perfect. But yeah, we're going to do the exact same thing for another one for the stew. Now I'll have to get that set up, but the cool thing is we can do similar things. So that is going to be part of the hybrid system. So I keep talking about this hybrid system. What is the hybrid system? Well, I'll explain it to you first, and then we'll kind of look at it. And this, I literally went out and watched, went out to my living room and watched Etho's video on when he did this to kind of refresh myself on how it's done. But it's super duper simple. I think this is how we're going to make the eternal singularities with an applied energistic system. Now, there's another way I think we could do it. It's also going to require an applied energistic system, but it would require level emitters. And basically, we keep a stock of singularities on hand at all times. We'll see about that. But yeah, we'll kind of play it by ear. I might have some ideas. We might do something different for the thing, but the main premise revolves around these, and we're just gonna grab some of these books. Really, do I not have its materials? Oh my gosh, I can. There's materials in U volume 2. Oh man, do I not have the first book? I'm confused. Okay. And then the other one is Mighty Mighty Smelting. Yeah, so these are the books. Let's just grab the other book. Materials and U. Okay, so these are very special books. They are the Tinker's Construct books, and you make the first one pretty easily. It's just paper and a blank pattern. Not too bad. You can also duplicate it with another book. That's cool. But the really neat thing you can do is you can turn them into the next volume. So the order is like this. The smelting book, the black book, turns into the green one turns into the blue one. And the blue one doesn't turn into anything. So that's the end. So there are 5 books that are replicable, basically. And the idea is applied energistics, chain crafting, I guess. I don't know if it has an official name or anything like that. But basically, in here, what you can do is have a processing recipe that says, you know, oh, you know, we have these 3 items and then this item. And what this will give you is this book. And then the next crafting thing, you do kind of something similar, but you use this book for this one. And then the key to it all is you just don't keep these books in the applied logistics system, and then you just tell it to make something, and it makes the intermediate. It'll make the intermediate process products. So, for example, a good example actually is vibrant alloy. So, vibrant alloy requires energetic alloy. Well, what if we didn't have any energetic alloy? I'm not going to take all that out of my applied logistics system because we have a lot, but yeah, there's a lot, and this stuff we can also autocraft, and it requires redstone, glowstone, and gold. Well, what if you didn't have that? You know, what if there's another recipe leading to that? That's kind of the idea, and it's really clever, and we might utilize it. I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll get to the eternal singularities later because they are in a different dimension. We do have the problem of if we want to automate these guys, which, by the way, I went ahead and got a bunch of this stuff so we could get a few of those. We currently need 3 because I have the recipe for the dire auto crafting table. We can do 3 of those. The problem with that is, of course, why do I have jungle trim in there? And the mini chest. We can get rid of both of those. Let's grab some drawers, though, because we might actually use those. Okay, so we're going to get 3 dire auto crafting tables. I need to get more dire crafting tables, which we're going to just scavenge one of those. So we need 3 chaos catalysts plus the 4 for the dimension builder. So we're going to need 7. Is there anything? Yes, flux crystals, Temperio essence, and Gaia Spirit. I saw that. Temperio, and yes, I know these are all shapeless recipes. All of these are shapeless recipes. It doesn't matter, but whenever I set up a recipe, I like to do it shaped because I am very likely to forget. So, how many eternal singularities do I have in there? I have 4. We're going to want 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll have to go grab a few more. We do have a few more eternal singularities. So there's 7. 7 of those. I didn't grab that. Is there anything else that we need? By the way, something else I did, which I'll bring up real quick. I've forgotten what we needed to grab. It was a red block, right? Yes, flux crystals. I forgot what we needed. So I think I only had 3, so we're going to need to get 1 more of those. That will take just a second. Something else I did, by the way, between episodes, is I went ahead and I infused the dimlet scrambler. Because one of the dimlets that we can get, one of the dimlets I'm going to try to get, in fact, is the Draconium, which I have a feeling, yeah, that's full. The Draconium or dimlet, it is a level 6, which is unfortunate, but if we can get enough dimlets, which we have plenty of dimlets in the system, I can turn on the mob's tower back and get more. At least I think I can turn it back on. I don't actually know. Is this lit up? Yes, I added lights. That's right. So we can do something with that and hopefully get some better dimlets. We might look at that later. But first, do we have the flux crystal? We do. So when it comes to these guys, what we're going to end up doing is a hybrid system. So some of these items are EMCable. We'll have chests for those. Some of them are not. We will have our system basically making them. But we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. And then I need to go get some more eternal singularities. And then we'll kind of flush out whatever else we need as we need it. So we don't need many eternal singularities. I always get turned around here. But I do have a few. that I can grab. We have 14, so I can grab 7. Perfect. That's more than enough. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do, and we're gonna try to get as much of it done today as we can. I forgot where I was going again. 1, 2, 3. So we need the chaos. Actually, other than the eternal singularities, and the chaos cores, and the infinity catalyst, we had everything. So core, chaotic cores, we have a few. 3, 4, 5. Ooh, what was that? Advanced PCB? So we'll need to make those. That is okay. Do we have any PCBs? We do. Sorta. Okay. Core. So we're gonna need 1 more of these, I believe. Yeah, so 3 of those. And I'm like 95% sure it's the advanced PCB, so I'm gonna have to get some printed circuit boards. Do I have any of those? I do. And we need what? 4 yellow plastic, 4 redstone, and okay, so redstone alloy times 16. Compressed iron times the same, and then 16 yellow plastic, which we should have more than enough at this point. We have a lot of this stuff, and I've been kind of keeping this going. So 16 of those, and that, and that. Cool, easy enough. Now there is some things like the advanced PCBs that I'm not planning on automating at this point. If we need them, I'll just make them. I'll kind of make them on demand. So 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay, so there is a 7 chaos catalyst. We can go ahead and put 3 of those in here. We're gonna need the halos. 4 of those, and there's 1, 2, and then we also need the actual crafting table. So we're gonna turn our magnet on, and I guess I spent a lot of time doing that one. If I break this? Okay, that's fine by me. I got scared there for a second. Those we'll put down with the rest of the stuff. Alright, let's move some stuff. And then we'll just put this stuff in here. Endus pearls are actually really nice because they are EMCable. Anyways, this is the last one. We obviously have this to use for other things now. So, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to, real quick, in other words, it's going to take me a while. I am going to set up some stuff, and I want to make this guy. So it's going to require 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set up the ultimate stew, just like the cosmic meatballs, and probably decide how, figure out what we're going to need for the 2 catalysts, and we'll probably start working on that today. We might not do it all today, but I want to get at least the ultimate stew set up, and we're going to try to work towards at least a little bit of the infinity catalyst. But I'm going to get that stuff set up, and also work on dimlet stuff, see if we can't get a draconium or dimlet, and then we'll come back and go from there. So I will be back in a little bit. Alright, so that took a little bit of time, but as you can see, we are all done with that. And in fact, this is already pretty much full. It's going to be very slow at crafting everything, getting all the ingredients in. But it only takes 7 recipes to get basically a stack of ultimate stew. So that's not too bad. Plus, we have well over almost 400 ultimate stews in our drawers. So both these guys are completely automated. All that's left to do is get the catalyst, and I didn't hook up the applied logistics system. I'm going to do that between episodes because we're not going to finish that today. Plus, I need to figure out and kind of decide what I'm going to do with the eternal singularities. But for the most part, we'll kind of where we're at, and kind of to describe what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using sort of this system, sort of the applied logistics system I described earlier, with the basically the books if need be, if there is too much in terms of crafting. So what that means for us is we're going to bring our applied logistics system over, and we're going to hook this up and this up to some storage buses so that the system knows about them. And these will be kind of inserted into the dire crafting table at on demand. So basically, when we want a chaos catalyst, for example, it will on demand craft one. That's going to bring up some other issues. We'll see about that. But yeah, basically, we're going to also have a bunch of these energy condensers and inner chests for things like, for the infinity catalyst. We need to have the system, the applied logistics system for the runes. But for like the Temperio essence, we can just have it be a one of these guys. An energy condenser, and keep a stack of that item in at all times. I'm going to have to go through and see just how many items there are, because there's probably not that many that need to be kind of dealt with, but that is something we can kind of look into and go from there, and that should be pretty easy. But for the rest of today's episode, what I want to do is I want to work towards getting a bunch of Draconium, because we need that. And so right here, I have a little bit of a system where I'm putting in a bunch of just whatever dimlets I have a literal ton of into here, and it's already full up. And as you can see, we have a bunch of other dimlets. And what we can do is all of these we can take out and throw in here. And kind of just rinse and repeat until we get, so I know, for example, the biome stuff is never going to be a high rarity, but like we have titanium ore, sand, and dust. There's a bunch of different things we have in here. Doesn't look like we have I saw a rarity 3 there. We need a rarity 5. We are going to get some fairly good stuff. All these digit dimlets, though, are completely useless to us. So this is just going to recycle stuff and whatnot. And then hopefully we can find the dimlets we need and get the Draconium ore dimlet. That is kind of my quest between episodes. It's probably what I'm going to be working on mostly while I set and figure out everything else. I might fix this farm just because we're going to run out of this stuff sooner rather than later. So it'd be good to have extras. But yeah. So with all of that said and done, let's go ahead and make the creative dimension builder. So this thing is actually not too bad. We're gonna need, let's see, 8 infinity stars. As you can see, I already put the unknown dimlets in there. So we're gonna need infinity ingots and some stars. So the stars are like so. Where do the infinity ingots? There is 6 on each side. Not too bad. We're gonna need some infused diamonds. And I believe that's just the 3 corners. We can get rid of that. I will clean this up between episodes. So 3 like so. Right? We're going to need a bunch of demon steel. That's probably going to be the hardest part. So demon steel of the 11th magnitude. Oh boy. This used to be a huge problem. For now, we can sacrifice all this stuff because we don't really need it. I sacrificed a little too much, but it's okay. Do I have any transfer nodes in here? Transfer nodes, I do. I have a few. So we're gonna have to put those away. I need to clean this thing out so badly. That's okay. But we do have some cobblestone, so that's something else that we're gonna want to talk about when we get to making the Infinity Catalyst. Because some of the things that do have EMC, like the dark matter blocks, we're gonna want to use higher tiers of cobblestone. And other things. That should have made one. I think it overflowed. So that's unfortunate, but whatever. We can make Demon Steel the 10th. And how many do we need? We need 4, 8, 16. So we need 48 of these. That is unfortunate. But we have a lot of this stuff, so let's get a bunch of it. And yeah, we're gonna need like 48 of this, so 18. And that makes 6 of them. So we're getting there. So like I said, I'm gonna do some figure out what all we need and whatnot for the next set of automation we need to do. And honestly, all in all, it shouldn't be that that much of a problem. So, we got an extra one. Because I think we only need 6 of these. Let's make sure that there's still one in there. Yep. So there we go. That is taken care of. That wasn't too bad. What's next? We need the Draconium. So Draconium shards come from injection with hydrogen chloride. So it's the slurry thing. This is going to be a little bit of a pain because that's for that. Hydrogen, PRC. We had a little bit of an infuser thing. So we still have some slurry in there. That's the unfortunate part. So basically we need to do this whole thing without the where's the part where it gets, oh, so we can just do this, and if we turn this off for a second, that will give us what we need, and then we just need to make the last little part of the Draconium stuff. So do we have to use ore? Looks like it. That's unfortunate. So do we have any more Draconium ore? Did I did stuff with it. Dang it. Alright, so we need what? 3, 6, 12 of this stuff? And we could just get 4 shards for 1 crystal and a chemical injection chamber. Okay. So this is going to be the problem. Getting some more Draconium is not going to be a problem whatsoever. So chemical injection chamber. We have the gold. We need reinforced alloy and all that fun stuff. So reinforced alloy and I guess let's just look up circuit. It is the elite. Let's get just a bunch of those. Maybe not that many. And equal number of that. All right, now what we need is the purification chamber, which requires the enrichment chamber, which we can get. And purification chamber. Purification chamber, please. Okay, so there's the chemical injection chamber. Now, we also are going to need for this. Okay, so one, we're going to need to get some ore. That should be too bad. We can go to the end and hopefully find a meteorite pretty quickly. We also need, we're just going to do this, hydrogen chloride. Gosh, why are my frames so bad? Okay, so hydrogen chloride, do we have that anywhere? There's hydrogen. Ethylene. Oh my gosh, we're chugging. Why are we chugging? I have a bad feeling that it might be those that are constantly, we were also having a server backup, so we'll see if it kind of keeps continuing or not. Okay. So sulfur dioxide, sulfuric acid, water. Okay. So looks like we're gonna need to make this stuff. Hopefully it's not that bad. I wasn't expecting it to be this difficult. So we're gonna need hydrogen chloride, which is chlorine and hydrogen. We have hydrogen, we have plenty of hydrogen, and a chemical infuser. Or, a fallen meteorite will give us hydrogen chloride. Is that what I'm seeing? Can I tell it to side config output out the front gases auto eject? Theoretically, let's make sure that's still. Let's go get a gas tank. Gas. Oh my gosh. Let's get a couple of these. And I just want to see, first of all, so that is the blue. This, it says input on all sides. Let's do it one better. Put the gas tank there, and then we'll get a pressurized, we'll get a gas tube. Gas, what are they called? There's not, it has nothing to do with gas, is it? It's pressurized? Gases. Okay, so I'm doing this, and I don't even know if I have any fallen meteors, but we don't need that much. Okay. Guess let's break that. Let's break this. And, you know, that says oxygen. Let's see if we can't do output. Input. Auto eject is on. Whatever. Okay. I wish I could just dump that side. Let's see. Yeah, let's, I guess, break that for a second. Not upgrades. Outputs. Why is it changing a lot of this stuff? So if I put a gas tank here, are you going to get oxygen? You just do not want to get rid of that. Gases. Oh, right, because we got to actually... Oh, I was confused because I saw gases here and I thought that's what it was dealing with. Output. That's empty now. That has oxygen. Okay. Let's just get rid of that for a second. And this one is empty. So the question is, do we have any fallen meteors? And I'm going to put that back. This is just to make things quicker. We have 2. So theoretically, we can process this and it'll give us a little bit of hydrogen chloride. Now, while it's doing that, I actually don't know how much we're going to need. Probably more than that. So this is probably for not. But what we can do is, one, we're going to set this guy up to some power. And we need some draconium. So let's head to the end. And then we will basically go from there. So we just need a little bit of draconium, not much. There is a meteorite right here. Did I ever harvest it? A little bit. Magnets on, cool. So let's just vein mine this. And we got 31. That is more than enough. Because we need to do what? 3 recipes of this? So 1, 2, 3. And how much hydrogen chloride do we have? Because otherwise, if you don't have power, why not? Because you're connected to there. We're not low on power. I mean, we're using a lot of power for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Oh, that's still active. Yeah, that helped. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We have a bunch of solar panels. This is taking longer than I expected. I will be honest. Let's take a solar panel. Energy, conduit, yeah. And let's just get this going. And we'll go sleep if we can. It might actually be a blood moon, but at this point it should be okay. Alright, so what's the actual way to get chlorine for this? Let's get rid of that, and then we can kind of see. So these draconium shards, we can also use salt. I realized that. I saw that. I think we have salt. So I'm doing all this for no reason. I don't know if we can use this salt, but the mechanism salt we should be able to get as well pretty easily. Okay, it's going to take a lot of salt. So salt. We have some salt ore. What's this turn into? What does it look like? That. Okay. So can I get the other salt? Mechanism salt. salt block enrichment chamber. Because what I actually want is the salt blocks. And a crusher. Alright, let's just get a salt block, I guess. Grab that. The magneticraft, I guess. Let's get more of this. And I guess we could just get more of this. We'll see what works. Because I have no idea. No clue whatsoever. And, you know, I have no problem just pumping this thing full of salt. Will that actually work? Nope. So there's 4 of them. We can do this. It won't be bad. Yeah, none of this other stuff works, so plenty of salt. And we'll be good to go. Cool. So there is the Draconium shards. And now it's day and it doesn't matter. So we just put those here. And then finally, we're just going to get another dimension builder. And that will not take too long at all. So why are we doing all this? Well, to put it simply, this thing is kind of powerful. So there we go. Creative Dimension Builder. I don't know for sure what this does, but it's an expensive recipe, so we're going to put it down here. And we're going to just place it down. And it does have power. So it's not as good as I thought, but yeah, I believe this allows for any level of like let's just place that down, and it's gonna get a ton of power, but it also doesn't drain power. So let's put something really expensive in there. Let's put the dragons. Is it draining our power? No, not at all. So let's just solidify this by removing all these. So it's not losing power. That is fully powered. It will always be fully powered, and it's not connected to power. So yeah, it's creative. We don't have to worry about anything ever again when it comes to dimlets. We can go to all of them and do whatever we want to for as long as we want to, forever. That's the glory of it. So that is actually going to be it for today. Like I said, I am going to work. I don't know if I'm going to rework this guy or not. I really should, but I don't know that it's important enough. I'm going to figure out what we're going to need for the other 3 auto crafting table stuff, and work towards that. And then, yeah, I think after that we're going to just continue making. The next thing we might make is the, I don't know, actually. I think we might go ahead and make, what do the chaos ingots require? They require palladium crystals. I think we already have a bunch of those. Yeah, we have a lot of those. So I'm not too worried about that. So I'm not entirely sure what we'll do, kind of what order we'll do things and whatnot. But real quick, because I do believe it's in here, the achievement book. If we open this up, crafted the Creative Dimension Builder. We did that. So the plan is, at the very least, we'll go through the achievement book and do at least some of the, like, creative item stuff. I don't know what all we're going to actually end up doing, but we'll do at least those. So I am going to get organized and figure out what we're going to need for this autocrafting as well as the other one, and figure out how we're going to handle it all and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!